All right, guys, this is now question two, and yeah, let's get into it. The statement reads that you notice that the number of small gray squares in the bottom left hand corner changes from tile to tile. Use the diagram to help answer the questions that follow. All right, so guys, if you remember what I said, it's that to make your life easy, you need to first of all take these tiles you see and convert them into numbers, right? That's what I said. They've already done that for us. In fact, we can see that here is how many squares: one, two, three, or tiles. Let's call them tiles. And here, it's for tile one, we have what? Three tiles. For tile two, we have how many tiles? Five. One, two, three, four, five. For tile seven, we have, for tile three, we have seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. And I said that you need to take these numbers, put them down. So it's 3, 5, 7. They've made the job easy for us because now we don't have to worry about much. We already have those numbers. Here they are. And then I said, after doing this, you have to find the formula because, again, it makes your life a bit more easier. You are working under pressure. You need to finish writing. So make your life easy. So we're going to find the general formula. They've not asked for us to find it, but we need it so that we can find the missing numbers here. It's going to be much easier for us, right? So how do we do that? We check first what type of sequence is this. Is it arithmetic? Is it a geometric pattern, or is it a quadratic pattern? Well, from what I'm seeing, it is actually an arithmetic sequence because our common difference here happens to be 2. For me to get to 5, I added 2 on 3, and then for me to get to 7, I added 2 to 5. So this is actually an arithmetic sequence, and the difference is 2. You can also find the difference by subtracting the term that comes after with the one that came before, meaning that I can say 7 minus 5 and then I get 2. 5 minus 3, I get 2. And then after here, what did I say we do, guys? What we have to do is to find the general formula, write it down. How do we do that? I said the first thing to do is write Tn. Tn is equal to what? The common difference. Put it there, right? And then after that, I said, well, for us to get the first term, it means the common difference has to be multiplied by the position of our first term, which is position 1 or term 1. And then when I say 2 multiplied by 1, I get 2. But 2 is not the first term, is it? Because we have to find out what gives us the first term, which will be actually our general formula. So when I say 2 multiplied by 1, I get 2. But 2 is not the first term. So I have to ask myself, since the first term is 3, what number do I have to add in order to get 3? The answer is easy, right? It is 1. I simply have to add 1. When I say 2 times 1, I get 2. 2 plus 1, I get 3. So this is where my general formula is going to come from. I'm going to say, therefore, we have 2. Where I see 1 now, I put n plus 1, meaning that for me to get each term I want for my sequence, I'm going to multiply 2 by the position of that term and then add 1 to it. So when I say 2 times 1 for position 1 or tile 1, I'm going to get 2 plus 1, I'm going to get 3. When I want tile 2, I'm going to say 2 multiplied by 2 because 5 is in position 2. Then when I add 1, I'm going to get that 5. When I want the tile 3, I'm going to say 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6. 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. Let's do 4 now. If I want tile 4, guys, use your calculator. It's easier to use your calculator. But if you feel that you don't need a calculator, go with your brain, go with your mind, do your mental maths, but just make sure your answers are correct. Okay, let's do number 4. When I say 2 multiplied by 4, or rather, I'm gonna simply substitute right on my formula. I have 2 in brackets. Which term do I want? I want number 4. And then I add 1. What do I get? My answer is 9. And it makes sense, right? For us to get to 9, we added 2. So when I say 7 plus 2, I should get 9. Can you guess this one without actually using a calculator? This one is going to be what? It is going to be 11. 11, right? So let's put that down. Do you see how we get it? Let me show you. We say 2 in brackets multiplied by what term do we want? Number 5. And then we add 1. So our answer is 11. Then we come to this one. We do the same thing. I say 2. Where I see n, I'm going to put number 10. There is the 10. Close the bracket and then add this one. Equal to 21. Done. My 3 marks are in the bag, just like that. Okay, now let's move on to B. B says describe the dependent variable. Remember, guys, when we were introducing functions and relationships, we said that the dependent variable is the one that is found by the independent variable. So the dependent variable in simple terms is your output, whereas the independent variable is the input. Now, when we look at this table, which ones are the inputs, which ones are the outputs? The ones at the top row, or rather at the top, are the inputs. The ones at the bottom are the outputs. So, to answer this question, when they say describe the dependent, this one at the top is independent. It's the X, it's it independent. And these ones at the bottom are the Y's, which are the outputs. They are dependent. So the dependent variable should be this, the gray squares, okay, or number of gray squares. Number of gray squares. Okay, I don't have enough space there, but the dependent variables are the number of gray squares. So you could just say gray squares. Done. Then the independent are the ones that are the the inputs. Okay, the ones that are at the top. So the independents are what in this case? The tile number. See, that's how you answer that question. Very easy, isn't it? All right, let's go now to D. D says copy and complete the following flow diagram that describes the relationship between the tile number and the number of small gray squares on the tile. Can you guess we're gonna get our answers, guys, for this particular question? I will tell you if you've not guessed. We're gonna get our answer from here. All right, what is n, guys? N is the tile number, meaning that n is being multiplied with what? 2, and then on top of that 2, after getting the answer, we'll add 1. So this is where our answer is going to come from. N is being multiplied by 2, so we say multiplied by 2. And after getting that answer, we have to add this one plus 1. That's how you answer that question. 2 marks in the bag. Just like that. And we're done. Let's go to E. And I remember, I think we did this in class, didn't we, guys? Find a formula, or in brackets the general rule for this pattern in terms of n. Remember what I said, in terms of something means it means your answer should have n within it. Okay, and we've already answered this question, haven't we? Yes, we have. Here is our general formula. It is Tn is equal to 2n plus 1. The question has already been answered. We answered it ahead of time, and our lives is easy, right? Life is easy because we just take what we got here, put it here, and we move on, right? So find a formula for this pattern in terms of n. In terms of n means the answer should have n, or the general formula should have n. Does this general formula not have n? Yes, it does. So our answer is simply going to be Tn is equal to 2n plus 1. And you're done. You're done just like that. Hence, I said it's important that we first find the general formula, because once we have the general formula, the chances of us getting all of our answers correct are very much high. Okay, and it makes us get whatever missing information in a more faster way, more convenient way, more correct way. Yeah. Okay, let's go to F. Which tile number? Which tile number using the given pattern will have exactly 45 small gray squares? Show your working. Okay, guys, here they want us to find n. Okay, n is representing what? The tile number. And they have given us Tn. Tn represents what? The gray squares. So it means they want us to solve for n. And like I've already mentioned, functions and relationships work the same way as number patterns. If I want the input, I'm going to do what we call the inverse operation. Okay, so this is similar to what we already did in question 1 of this question paper. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is write down this general formula. Tn is equal to 2n plus 1. And then from there, we will substitute what we have. Okay, do we have Tn? Yes, we do. Tn in this case is the number of the gray squares, which is 45. They told us that. Okay, 45. And what do they want? They want the tile number. Tile number is what? The n position number. Okay, so 45 is equal to 2n plus 1. All right, then from here we do what we call the inverse operation. Okay, if we added 1, we are going to now subtract the 1. On this side, we are going to subtract the 1. Okay, it's a bit complicated. Let me do it this way. We'll say 45 minus 1 is equal to 2n plus 1 minus 1. Inverse operation. If I see a plus, I subtract the negative 1. I'm seeing a plus 1, so I'm gonna subtract that positive 1. What I do on this side, I should also do on this side. Then after that, I'm gonna divide. Okay, let's find the answer first. What is 45 minus 1? It is 44 is equal to, what is 1 minus 1? It's 0. So I remain with 2n. And then from there, I do what we call the multiplicative inverse. We've discussed this. Or I simply divide by the coefficient of n, because I only want to remain with n. What is 44 divided by 2? The answer is n is equal to 22. You can always confirm your answer by using your calculator. So first of all, let's find out here. If I say positive 1 minus, oh, didn't show that. If I say positive 1, oh, my lighting, positive 1 minus 1, what do I get? 0. Do I write the 0? No, I don't. Just leave what remains there, which is 2n. And then after that, I have to divide by 2 on both sides. I know that this 2 and this 2 cancel, but what about this side? On that side, I simply say 44 divided by 2. And what is my answer? It's 22. You see? And just like that, we're done with this question. Very much straightforward. If you don't understand, I just advise you to rewatch the video and see if you can try figure these things out. Also, guys, make an attempt to do them without copying the answers, okay? And if you still don't understand, you're more than welcome to ask me. I'll find a way to make sure that you understand. See you on the next video.